California DMV CDL Handbook Audio Edition, Section 7. The best way to learn is to listen. Section 7. This section is all about doubles and triples. This section covers pulling doubles and triples, coupling and uncoupling, inspecting doubles and triples, double and triple air brakes. This section has information that you need to know to pass the CDL knowledge test for driving safely with double and triple trailers. It tells you how important it is to be very careful when driving with more than one trailer, how to couple and uncouple correctly, and about inspecting doubles and triples carefully. You should also study Sections 2, 5, and 6. Note: triple combinations are not legal in California. Triples are discussed in this section because they are legal in many other states. The endorsement is given by knowledge test only. Do not bring a set of doubles for a Class A skills test. Drivers must demonstrate the ability to back up the combination during the skills test, and backing doubles is dangerous. Pulling doubles and triples. Take special care when pulling 2 or 3 trailers. There are more things that can go wrong, and doubles and triples are less stable than other commercial vehicles. Some areas of concern are discussed in this video, like how to prevent the trailer from rolling over. To prevent trailers from rolling over, you must steer gently and go slowly around corners, on ramps, off ramps, and curves. A safe speed on a curve for a straight truck or single trailer combination may be too fast for a set of doubles or triples. Beware of crack the whip effect. Doubles and triples are more likely to turn over than other vehicles because of the crack the whip effect. You must steer gently when pulling trailers. The last trailer in a combination is most likely to turn over. If you do not understand the crack the whip effect, listen to Section 6.1 of this handbook. Inspect completely. There are more critical parts to check when you have 2 or 3 trailers. Check them all. Follow the procedures described later in this video. Look far ahead. Doubles and triples must be driven very smoothly to avoid rollover or jackknife. Therefore, look far ahead so you can slow down or change lanes gradually when necessary. Manage your space. Doubles and triples take up more space than other commercial vehicles. They are not only longer, but also need more space because they cannot be turned or stopped suddenly. Allow more following distance. Make sure you have large enough gaps before entering or crossing traffic. Be certain you are clear at the sides before changing lanes. Adverse conditions. Be more careful in adverse conditions. In bad weather, slippery conditions, and mountain driving, you must be especially careful if you drive double or triple bottoms. You will have greater length and more dead axles to pull with your drive axles than other drivers. There is more chance for skids and loss of traction. Parking the vehicle. Make sure you do not get in a spot you cannot pull straight through. You need to be aware of how parking lots are arranged in order to avoid long and difficult escape. Anti-lock braking systems on converter dollies. Converter dollies built on or before 1998 are required to have anti-lock brakes. These dollies have a yellow lamp on the left side of the dolly. Coupling and uncoupling. Knowing how to couple and uncouple correctly is basic to safety operation of doubles and triples. Wrong coupling and uncoupling can be very dangerous. Coupling and uncoupling steps for doubles and triples are listed here in this video. Coupling double trailers. Secure the second trailer. If the second trailer does not have spring brakes, drive the tractor close to the trailer, connect the emergency line, charge the trailer air tank, and disconnect the emergency line. This will set the trailer emergency brakes. Chock the wheels if you have any doubt about the brakes. For the safest handling on the road, the more heavily loaded semi-trailer should be in the first position behind the tractor, and the lighter trailer should be in the rear. A converter gear on a dolly is a coupling device of 1 or 2 axles with a 5th wheel, but by which a semi-trailer can be coupled to the rear of a tractor-trailer combination, forming a double bottom rig. See this picture. Now position the converter dolly in front of the second trailer. Release the dolly brakes by opening the air tank petcock. If the distance is too great, wheel the dolly into position by hand so it is in line with the kingpin. or use a tractor and the first semi-trailer to pick up the converter dolly. Position the combination as close as possible to the converter dolly. Move the dolly to the rear of the first semi-trailer and couple it to the trailer. Lock the pintle hook. Secure the dolly support in the raised position. Pull the dolly into position as close as possible to the nose of the second semi-trailer. Lower the dolly support. Unhook the dolly from the first trailer. Wheel the dolly into position in front of the second trailer in line with the kingpin. Connect the converter dolly to the front trailer. Back the first semi-trailer into position in front of the dolly tongue. Hook the dolly to the front trailer. Lock the pintle hook. Secure the converter gear support in the raised position. Connect the converter dolly to the rear trailer. Make sure the trailer brakes are locked and or the wheels are chocked. Make sure the trailer height is correct. It must be slightly lower than the center of the fifth wheel, so the trailer is raised slightly when the dolly is pushed under. Back the converter dolly under the rear trailer. Raise the landing gear slightly off to prevent damage if the trailer moves. Test the coupling by pulling against the pin of the second semi-trailer. Make a visual check of the coupling. No space between the upper and lower fifth wheel, and the locking jaws are closed on the kingpin. Connect the safety chains, air hoses, and light cords. Close the converter dolly air tank peacock and shut off the valves at the rear of the second trailer. Open the shut-off valves at the rear of the first trailer. Raise the landing gear completely. Charge the trailer brakes, and check for the air at the rear of the second trailer by opening the emergency line shutoff. If the air pressure is not there, something is wrong and the brakes will not work. Uncoupling the doubled trailers. How to uncouple the rear trailer. Park the rig in a straight line on firm level ground. Apply the parking brake so the rig will not move. Chock the wheels of the second trailer if it does not have spring brakes. Lower the landing gear of the second semi-trailer enough to remove some weight from the dolly. Close the air shutoffs at the rear of the first semi-trailer. Disconnect and secure all dolly air and electrical lines. Release the dolly brakes. Release the converter dolly fifth wheel latch. Slowly pull the tractor, the first semi-trailer, and the dolly forward to pull the dolly out from under the rear semi-trailer. Uncouple the converter dolly. How to do that? Well, first, lower the dolly landing gear. Disconnect the safety chains. Apply the converter gear spring brakes or the chock wheels. Release the pintle hook on the first semi-trailer. Slowly pull clear the dolly. Never unlock the pintle hook with the dolly still under the rear trailer. The dolly tow bar may fly up, possibly causing injury and making it very difficult to recouple. Okay, coupling and uncoupling triple trailers. Couple the tractor first semi-trailer to the second and third trailers. How to do that? Well, couple the tractor to the first trailer. Use the method already described for coupling tractor semi-trailers. Move the converter dolly into position and couple the first trailer to the second trailer using the method for the coupling doubles. The triple rig is now complete. Uncouple triple trailer rig. Uncouple the third trailer by pulling the dolly out, then unhitching the dolly using the method for uncoupling doubles. Uncouple the remainder of the rig as you would any doubled bottom rig, using the method already described. Now remember, operating triples is not allowed in California. Coupling and uncoupling other combinations. The method described so far apply to the more common tractor-trailer combinations. However, there are other ways of coupling and uncoupling the many types of truck-trailer and tractor-trailer combinations that are in use, and there are too many to cover in this handbook. You will need to learn the correct way to couple and uncouple the vehicle. Drive according to the manufacturer and or owner specifications. Inspecting doubles and triples. Use the 7-step inspection procedure described in Section 2 to inspect your combination vehicle. There are more things to inspect on a combination vehicle than on a single vehicle. Many of these items are simply more of what you would find on a single vehicle. For example, tires, wheels, lights, reflectors, etc. There are also some new things to check, and they are discussed in this video. Like some additional things to check, do these checks in addition to those already listed in Section 2, Step 5. Do a walk-around inspection. Coupling system areas. Check the fifth wheel lower. Check that it's securely mounted to the frame, has no missing or damaged parts, has enough grease, has no visible space between the upper and lower fifth wheel, locking jaws are around the shank, not the head of the kingpin, release arm is properly seated, and the safety latch is engaged. Check that the fifth wheel upper. Check that the glide plate is securely mounted to the trailer frame, kingpin is not damaged. Air and electrical lines to the trailer. Check the electrical cord is firmly plugged in and secured. Check that the air lines are properly connected to the glad hands, no air leaks, and are properly secured with enough slack for the turns. Check that all lines are free from damage. Check the sliding the fifth wheel. Check that slide is not damaged or parts missing. Check that it's properly greased, all locking pins are present and locked in place. If air-powered, check that there are no air leaks. Check the fifth wheel is not so far forward that the tractor frame will hit the landing gear or the cab will hit the trailer during the turns. Landing gear. Make sure that the landing gear is fully raised, has no missing parts, not bent or otherwise damaged. Crank handle is in place and secured. If power operated, check that there are no air or hydraulic leaks. Double and triple trailers. Shut off the valves. The rear of the front trailers, make sure they're open. Check that the rear of the last trailer is closed. Check the converter dolly air tank drain valve is closed. Be sure the air lines are supported and the gland hands are properly connected. If a spare tire is carried on the converter gear, make sure it is secured. Be sure the pintle eye of the dolly is in place and the pintle hook of the trailer. Make sure the pintle hook is latched. The safety chain should be secured to the trailer. Be sure the light cords are firmly connected in the sockets of the trailer. Additional things to check during a walk-around inspection. Do these checks in addition to Section 5, inspecting air brake systems. Double and triple air brake check. Check the brakes on the double or triple trailer as you would any other combination vehicle. Section 6 explains how to check air brakes on a combination vehicle. You must also make the following checks in your double or triple trailers. Additional air brake checks. Check that air flows to all the trailers. Use the tractor parking brake and or chock the wheels to hold the vehicle. Wait for the air pressure to reach normal and then push in the red trailer air supply knob. This will supply air to the emergency lines. Use the trailer handbrake to provide air to the service line. Go to the rear of the rig, open the emergency line shutoff valve at the rear of the last trailer. You should hear air escaping, showing that the entire system is charged. Close the emergency line valve. Open the service line valve to check the service pressure goes through all the trailers. Now this test assumes that the trailer handbrake and or service brake pedal is on. And then close the valve. If you do not hear air escaping from both lines, check the shutoff valve on the trailers and dollies and make sure that they're in the open position. You must have air all the way to the back for all the brakes to work. Okay, how to test the tractor protection valve. Charge the trailer air brake system, build up normal air pressure, and push the air supply knob in. Shut the engine off. Step on and off the brake pedal several times to reduce the air pressure in the tanks. The trailer air supply control, also called the tractor protection valve control, should pop out or go from the normal to emergency position when the air pressure falls into the pressure range specified by the manufacturer, usually within range of 20 to 45 psi. If the tractor protection valve does not work properly, an air hose or trailer brake leak could drain all the air from the tractor. This would cause the emergency brakes to come on with possible loss of control. Test the trailer emergency brakes. Charge the trailer air brake system and check that the trailer rolls freely. Then stop and pull out the trailer air supply control, also called the tractor protection valve control or trailer emergency valve. Or place it in the emergency position. Pull gently on the trailer with the tractor to check that the trailer emergency brakes are on. Test the trailer service brakes. Check for normal air pressure, release the parking brake, move the vehicle forward slowly, and apply trailer brakes with the hand control valve, if it's equipped. Now you should feel the brakes come on. This tells you the trailer brakes are connected and working. The trailer brake should be tested with the hand valve, but controlled in normal operation with the foot pedal, which applies air to the service brakes at all wheels. Okay, we've completed Section 7. I'm going to ask you a few questions to test your knowledge, and you should know the answer. If not, re-listen to this video. Question number 1. What is a converter dolly? Number 2. Do converter dollies have spring brakes? Number 3. What 3 methods can you use to secure a second trailer before coupling? 4. How do you check to make sure trailer height is correct before coupling? 5. What do you check when making a visual check of couplings? 6. Why should you pull a dolly out from under a trailer before you disconnect it from the trailer in front? Number 7. What should you check for when inspecting the converter dolly? The pintle hook? 8. Should the shutoff valves on the rear of the last trailer be open or closed? On the first trailer in the set of doubles, and on the second trailer, the middle trailer in the set of triples. Number 9. How can you test that air flows to all trailers? And number 10. How do you know if your converter dolly is equipped with anti-lock brakes? And remember, these questions could be on your DMV test. Please listen to this video if you cannot answer them. We've completed Section 7. Next video we'll go to Section 8.